everybody, welcome back.
So guys,
So
we got something new for you, or for us.
This weekend, we're working on the front sway bar links. So the reason why we're working on the front is because we were kind of on hold with all the stuff in the rear. Heim joints are done, TLS is installed, axles, we are waiting for that to come in. So we're just gonna jump over to the front sway bar links. So we do need to take off the front bars for the rods for the front because we do need to change out the Heim joints on these as well, correct?
Yes.
And
we gotta take out the tie rods.
These rods, where did these come from? Because
So
they're obviously not the original ones.
Yes. So originally, I had bought the BDS bump steer delete kit, which is this part right here from Shock Therapy. So and then there we upgraded the Shock Therapy to a Shock Therapy race rack. So then there the distance had to be changed.
Okay.
And I thought I could have used my other, the original Shock Therapy rod, but the lengths were different. So then now my cousin, Wisecraft, made this for me.
Okay, so this is actually custom from what, Chris Wisecraft.
Yes.
Okay. So we're just gonna get these opened up.
I've been driving the car almost the whole last season without the sway bars.
Yeah, right. If you guys remember, we attempted to do this California to Vegas ride, and before that ride, we had already messed this up. So we were driving without it for quite some time, and I mean, we don't really need it, but now we're just
actually
we didn't need it at the time. Right?
The drivability with having the sway bar, it made the car feel a lot more stable. So, I mean, it depends. Rock crawling, it was like super smooth and all articulation was there. But then there, the speed that we go at, and I like doing a lot of fast trails. So this is gonna help us a lot.
Okay.
And also, without the front sway bar, it had independent suspension. So, I mean, it wasn't transferring the distribution over. So then it was taking a lot of power out of the power steering,
Okay.
which drained our battery.
Oh, okay.
So I guess it was overworking. So every time this thing transferred to the power steering, it would put more assist to it. So
Okay.
now I kind of want to just put this back to normal and then just have it back with these sway bars.
Okay, so this kit that we picked up from Shock Therapy is going to be replacing
The factory one.
Okay.
So the factory one, the end right here, it literally like just unbuckled itself. I don't know how it sheared off, but it just like literally ripped, and then it was, the ear was broken.
I feel like anything that comes from factory, they just do the bare minimum.
Yeah.
And that's why you have places like Shock Therapy to, make quality parts so you can upgrade your stuff. And that's where they get you right there.
And like everything is just high quality, so I think this thing goes in here and it makes it even stronger.
Okay.
Because if you look, it looks like they just welded a washer right here.
On this side?
Yeah, so it looks like they just welded a washer, and you see the thickness? It's not even that thick. So with this, it fits the perfectly in there. So I guess now it uses the whole inner structure.
So what was in there before?
Nothing.
Nothing. It's just a hole.
Yeah, so usually this part right here would rip right out.
Okay.
So now Justin, with this design, this thing fits perfectly in here. So, I mean, it still has a little bit of play, but now it has more to grab onto, I guess.
All right.
So, yeah, so I guess that goes in there, and then oh, you know what? So this car, this is a 17, and these kits, they're made for 18 and up. And all I got to do now is just drill out the hole, so that way this bolt will go through this.
Oh, so you got to push this out a little bit more.
Yeah, so if you look over here.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's not, we got to widen that up, just similar to what we did with the TLS. We got to widen up that hole.
Yeah, so.
All right.
We'll go ahead and get that stuff ready.
And then these other two, where with these will be replacing.
Well, I don't have I left the original ones at work.
Okay.
But maybe I'll bring them home and then we can just slip it in there.
Alrighty. Well, all right. We're gonna widen up that hole and get a few more parts, and then we'll be back.
Huh?
All right. So we're gonna give the drill from the TLS kit a try. We've tried a couple things and it wasn't going through, and I think this is gonna do the job. Just putting a bucket down here to catch all the flakes. You got a good amount, right? Try it.
I know you want to help, bud.
Well, there you go. Nice. That worked out.
All right, let's do the other side too. Ready?
Get the test the bolt before I take this off. Cool. Good.
What's going on, Buster?
Just finished drilling widening up that gap. Now we're just going to be taking off this rod because we need to take it off anyway to change out, you know, the Heim joints on that. You do need an Allen key and a wrench on the other side.
3/4.
So once those get taken out, we can clean it up some more because I can see a ton of dirt filled in all those joints. And we can just start assembling everything that has to do with the front sway kit. Alright, so this is out, and yeah, look at all this buildup. So these are shock therapy Heim joints, and they're holding up. There's no play in these front ones, huh?
No.
They're holding up pretty well, but I mean, since we have the parts, we're switching them out, right? Because we ordered them all.
So
they're gonna get a fresh.
So you remember how like the rear radius rod, it would squeak a lot?
Yeah.
So what I did is to eliminate the squeak, I would lube it, but you're not supposed to lube these things because it prematurely wears it out even more. So basically, I destroyed this.
Oh, so good. We're just gonna give it some fresh ones.
That's why it's so dirty.
Yeah, we're gonna give it some fresh ones.
So now I know that you're not supposed to lube any of these joints because of the Teflon liner on the inside already. So
all right. So if you guys didn't, so if you guys didn't already know, do not lube at all. Just leave it. It's best to just wash and dry off the dirt thoroughly. So, so good thing we did order. You know, we did take the fronts into consideration, and we'll swap those out. We just got to get one more off, and we'll get ready to put everything together. All right, the old Heim joints from Shock Therapy are off, and we're getting ready to put the new ones on. Again, we're using this Lucas oil products, red and tacky grease, just to get that on. And we will move to the sway links next, I promise. Just got to get some other stuff out of the way first, and then we're going to move right on to that next. Where are we at? Looks like the rods are placed back in.
Yes.
All new.
Just remind me to tighten it because
I
gotta do alignment.
Alrighty. All right, next. So it looks like you got everything ready to go. We already drilled those holes to widen that up so the bolts can fit in.
So let's go ahead and stick these sleeves in. Let's do one side first.
All right, so you just stuck the sleeve in and it should be connected. Let me try to get down here.
This way?
Yeah, so once Kevin brings home that broken part, it'll be easier to show you guys what the old one looks versus the Shock Therapy ones that we're installing in right now. So they're gonna be hanging on to this one that was kind of just hanging up here for a little bit.
So I believe this end goes on this side, so that way it pivots. This, say the bolt would go in,
because there's gonna be a lot of leverage from the connection here and here, so we're gonna use the strong part of the bolt. Oh,
Do we need to widen that up too?
well, maybe. I think so.
Alright, well, taking a break to widen up that real quick. Just really quick, this is actually a part from Ebok. So you see that Ibok. Ebok, Ibok. Just to give you guys an idea. So we're just gonna get that widened up a little bit. Probably use the same tool from Shock Therapy since that worked out pretty well. And we'll be back. Alrighty, we are back. We widened this up a little bit so we can get the bolts in. We got the thinner bushing on
Heim?
the thinner bushing.
Misalignment.
Yeah, we got the thinner misalignment bushing on the outside. It goes into the bolt first, and then the thicker one goes onto the inside and it goes in here. So this measures at 4 inches, right?
Yes.
And it should be faced this way, so when you face it Alright, so it should be connected like that, right?
Yes.
Alright, cool. So we're going to get, oh no, that swung off. Let me get that back in. Here we go. Alright, just getting that bolt in to hold it in place. Get the washer, the nut. We're just gonna set it here and we'll tighten it after we get that other side on as well. It's starting to look good.
Yeah, it does look good. I like
But yeah, I'll definitely, once Kevin gets that other one home, we're gonna show you the difference. Because we definitely you wanna see a comparison on that for sure. Alright guys, so here is the broken stock link. Isn't this insane? I'm gonna do a side by side. I'm gonna walk over there and do a side by side. So we're all done with the front sway, but Kevin finally brought this part home so you can see. Look at the difference. Let me see if there's another angle. Yeah, like look at the difference. This is the old one. Here's the Shock Therapy one. So yeah, the way we're ripping it out there, you can see why this broke off. Alright, so same on this side. Let's get that sleeve in. Alright, the sleeve is in. Let's get the bolt. And then make sure we're facing the thin one into the bolt first. So the thin one would go on the inside. Or like the outside. Yeah, and the thick one's gonna be against against the car. And the thin one's gonna be out on the outside.
And then the bolt goes in first, right?
Yeah. So it's the bolt, the thin sleeve.
Okay.
And then I hold that so you can get the other. And that's it, huh?
Yeah.
All right, that's it, guys. Okay, that should have been fairly quick. I'm gonna edit it to make it seem like it was quick, but depending. So it's iBox, and so we did have to widen up the hole, and we did have to widen up the hole on the frame as well. So that's what took a little bit longer. Other than that, that was the install. So thanks for joining us on our Shock Therapy installation series. A lot of these are, you can do at home. They're pretty simple, they're pretty easy, as long as Shock Therapy also has a list of their videos as well, and then along with ours if you find it helpful. Thanks for joining with us this weekend. Every weekend, guys. We will see you guys next week or on the road, alright? Bye!
See you guys. Have a good one.